Here's a problem that at first glance seems absolutely impossible. So, what are the last two digits of 7 to the power 777? This number would have over 650 digits if we wrote it out completely. Your calculator would give up. Your computer would struggle. But here's the beautiful thing about mathematics. The most intimidating problems often have the most elegant solutions. The key insight is that we don't actually need to compute this monster of a number. We only care about the last two digits. And it turns out those digits follow a pattern, a cycle that repeats much sooner than you might expect. Let me show you a fundamental principle that will change how you think about large number problems. Asking for the last two digits is exactly the same as asking, what's the remainder when our number is divided by 100? So we're really asking, what is 7 to the 777th power, modulo 100? But here's the strategic insight that mathematicians use when faced with problems like this. 100 factors as 4 times 25. And notice something crucial. 4 and 25 share no common factors. They're what we call coprime. This seemingly simple observation unlocks a powerful technique called the Chinese Remainder Theorem. Instead of wrestling with one intimidatingly large problem, we can split it into two much easier problems. Find 7 to the 777th mod 4 and mod 25. Then we'll cleverly combine those answers to get our final result. Let's start with the simpler case. 7 to the 777th modulo 4. First, let's simplify. 7 leaves a remainder of 3 when divided by 4. So our problem becomes, what is 3 to the 777th power, modulo 4? Now, instead of diving into complex theory, let's just compute a few powers and watch for patterns. 3 to the first, remainder 3. 3 squared equals 9. 9 divided by 4 gives remainder 1. Wait, do you see what just happened? We hit a remainder of 1. This is huge. When we get a remainder of 1, the cycle restarts. Because 1 times 3 gives 3, 1 times 3 squared gives 9, and so on. 3 cubed is 3 times our remainder of 1, which gives 3 again. 3 to the fourth equals 3 squared squared. Since 3 squared is 1 modulo 4, 1 squared is still 1. The pattern is clear. 3, 1, 3, 1, repeating forever. For odd exponents, we get 3. For even exponents, we get 1. 777 is odd. Therefore, 7 to the 777th is congruent to 3 modulo 4. Pause for understanding. This reveals a key principle. Even though our exponent is enormous, the remainders follow a simple, short cycle. This happens constantly in number theory. Now for modulo 25, this is where mathematics gets really beautiful. We could use something called Euler's theorem, which would tell us that patterns repeat every 20 steps for modulo 25. Euler's totient function tells us that 7 to the 20th should be congruent to 1 modulo 25. But let's explore by computing directly and see if we discover something even more interesting. 7 to the first, remainder 7. 7 squared equals 49. 49 equals 25 plus 24, so the remainder is 24. But wait, 24 is just 25 minus 1. This means 7 squared is congruent to negative 1 modulo 25. Do you realize what this means? If 7 squared equals negative 1, then 7 to the fourth equals negative 1 squared, which is positive 1. 7 to the fourth equals 7 squared, which is negative 1 squared modulo 25. And negative 1 squared equals positive 1 modulo 25. The cycle length is 4, not 20. Euler's theorem gives us an upper bound, but the actual cycle can be much shorter. Since the cycle length is 4, we need to find where 777 lands in this cycle. 777 equals 4 times 194 plus 1. So 777 is congruent to 1 modulo 4. Therefore, 7 to the 777th is congruent to 7 to the first, which is 7 modulo 25. Pause for understanding. This teaches us that mathematical theorems often give us upper bounds or worst-case scenarios. The actual patterns can be much more beautiful and regular than theory guarantees. Now comes the moment where we bring our two discoveries together. We know that 7 to the 777th is congruent to 3 modulo 4 and congruent to 7 modulo 25. We need to find a number, call it the variable x, that satisfies both conditions simultaneously. From the first condition, our number has the form 4 times the variable k plus 3 for some integer k. The variable x equals 4 times the variable k plus 3. This parametric form captures all numbers that leave remainder 3 when divided by 4. Now we substitute this into our second condition. 4k plus 3 is congruent to 7 modulo 25. Subtracting 3 from both sides, 4k is congruent to 4 modulo 25. Because 4 and 25 are coprime, 4 has a multiplicative inverse modulo 25. We can multiply both sides by that inverse to isolate the variable k. The inverse of 4 modulo 25 is 19, since 4 times 19 equals 76, which is congruent to 1 modulo 25. Multiplying both sides by 19 gives kaioi congruent to 19 times 4, which is 76, which is congruent to 1 modulo 25. The smallest positive value is k equals 1. Therefore, the variable x equals 7. As a remainder, modulo 100, that corresponds to the last two digits, 07. Hence, the unique solution modulo 100 is 7, which in last two-digit notation we write as 07. Let's verify. 7 leaves remainder 3 when divided by 4. Check. 7 leaves remainder 7 when divided by 25. Check. Let me show you the beautiful pattern that was hiding behind this entire problem. Let's look at the last two digits of successive powers of 7. 7 to the first ends in 07. 7 squared ends in 49. 7 cubed ends in 43. 7 to the fourth ends in 01. 7 to the fifth ends in 07. We're back where we started. The complete cycle, 07, 49, 43, 01, then back to 07. Since 777 is congruent to 1 modulo 4, we land on the first entry of the cycle. Since 777 is congruent to 1 modulo 4, the last two digits are 07. The answer is 07, but the real value lies in the journey we took to get there. Lesson 1. When faced with an intimidating problem, look for ways to break it into smaller, more manageable pieces. Lesson 2. Mathematical patterns often emerge much faster than our intuition suggests. A cycle of length 4 governs the behavior of arbitrarily large exponents. Lesson 3. Sometimes direct exploration reveals more elegant patterns than general theory would predict. The actual cycle was shorter than Euler's theorem guaranteed. Lesson 4. Always verify your answer through multiple approaches. We solved the same problem using both the Chinese Remainder Theorem and direct pattern recognition. Most importantly, we never had to compute 7 to the 777th power directly. Instead, we understood the mathematical structure that governs its behavior. This is the power of mathematical thinking, extracting exactly the information you need without getting lost in computational complexity. The last two digits of 7 to the 777th power are 07, discovered not through brute force computation, but through understanding the elegant patterns that govern number theory. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more mathematical explorations.